What's up, vinyl community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live, as always, from the Man Cave. Part 3 of my top 10 most valuable records in my collection according to Discogs. Started with the most valuable according to the minimum, then to the median. Now, most valuable in my collection according to the maximum. That means the absolute highest that the records in my collection have ever sold for. So, out of every record in my collection that's ever sold on Discogs, these are my 10 most valuable. And for shits and giggles, I'll go ahead and give you the price they sold for. So, quick aside for you guys. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are having a great, happy holiday season. Hope you're enjoying it with some great records, some great music, some great, food and drinks, some, great vinyl scores, and then, most importantly of all, hope you're enjoying it with what means the most, your family and friends. And so, before I get started, I want you guys to let you guys know real quick that if you enjoyed this video, and if you like what I'm talking about, if you want to keep up with me, if you do me a favor and click on that subscribe button, and if you'll do me one better, if you go ahead and reach over to that bell over there on the right hand side and click on that notifications button, that way you can stay up to date always with what's going on in the Man Cave. I'd greatly appreciate it. That would be wonderful. Without further ado, because no doubt a couple of these are going to have some stories. Don't want to keep you guys waiting. No doubt you're watching some awesome, Christmas finds videos and some best finds of 2020 videos, which, by the way, you're going to have one of those coming from me, so stay tuned. I'll take my time on that video. But, number 10, Clifford Brown Memorial Album, Blue Note, 1526. Original mono pressing, Lexington Ave labels. My second favorite find all time inside of a record store. That's inside of a brick and mortar record store. Lunchbox had it inside their, if you go on Lunchbox Records in Charlotte, North Carolina, some of you will know the story because some of you have been. But they've got that glass case, and they keep their absolute most valuable records currently in stock in there. And they had that one up there for $300 for a while. I can remember going up there, checking out one day, coming up there, and just checking at the case and going, ooh. I said, if that one's there next time I'm here, I said, I'm buying that. And I can remember one of the guys at the counter going, yeah, man, it'll be here. I said, you ain't got to worry about it. That one's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm coming to get it. So a couple of weeks go by, some shit comes up. I didn't have the money, wasn't able to come get it. Like 2 or 3 months go by where I was finally like, you know what? I've tested my luck too long. Let me round up some trades. Let me go trade some stuff in and get this. So I finally just, went ahead and took in $300 worth of trades. Went ahead and brought that beautiful bastard home with me. But because I just didn't want to run the risk. Because there's always guys out there like me. I live in an area definitely where not very many people are going in hard for jazz. But I do, and I don't ever take for granted that I'm the only one. Certainly there's somebody else. And as soon as I get lazy, as soon as I get comfortable, that's going to be the day that somebody swoops in and snags that bitch up, and not on my watch. And the max that it's ever gone for, by the way, $930.23 on Discogs. So that is $630.23 more than what I paid for it. Duh. Next up, Sonny Rollins, The Night of the Village Vanguard. This is 3 consecutive videos. You guys have seen this. Won't keep you too long on it. I'm not assuming that you've all seen every single one of these videos, but the most that it's ever gone for is original mono pressing. Most it's ever gone for is a cool $1K. $1,000 on the button for this gorgeous session. Sonny Rollins at the Village Vanguard. Splat out. Next up is one that's kind of mysterious for me. Number 8, the Kenny Drew Trio with Paul Chambers and Philly Joe Jones. It's on Riverside. There it is. And it once went for $1,011.22. Mono Riverside. But what's weird about that for me, guys, is that the median for this album is $30. So either there have been a whole bunch of beat copies of this album circulating to bring down the value, and it's really worth that much, or shit, did Kenny Drew or Paul Chambers or Philly Joe Jones autograph one? Was one signed? I don't know. I'd have to dig deeper, but this is not one that ever struck me in my collection as being worth $1,000. I can tell you it's a great album, but worth $1,000. I can't remember what I paid for it. I paid more than 30, but not 1,000. Next up, number 7. It's worth $1,088. Excuse me. The highest it ever sold for is $1,088.71. It's the second consecutive video you've seen. This one is Sunny Red Out of the Blue. Original mono. Great stuff. Once again, scored at a Noble Records pop-up back in the day, way before brick and mortar at Lenny Boy Brewing in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. One of my prized pieces in my collection. I absolutely love the album. Number 6 once went for $1,219.51 on Discogs, and I got to tell you, it's something else by Cannonball Adderley, Miles Davis, Hank Jones, Sam Jones, Art Blakey, Blue Note 1595. It's one of those albums that I always tell anybody starting a jazz collection, like, this is one of those must-haves to get you started. But that being said, I've never known it to be worth $1,200. I see this album frequently, like all the time. Like this one, this is one of the cleanest original mono pressings in my collection. I think I paid like $200 for it. Now I understand the value escalates all the time on these albums, and that, you know, obviously once you've got what you deem to be a perfectly clean and beautiful copy, you're not going to continue to look at it on the market. So maybe it is going for that these days. But damn. Wow. You guys, shoot me, any of you guys who are actively on the grind for this album, you know, let me know. Is it going for that these days? Again, once I have my forever copy, I won't look anymore. So, you know, I'll upgrade for condition and stuff like that, but with that one, the only way I update for that one on condition is sealed, and even then, that's a 50-50. It still might not be as good as that one. That one's perfect. That's a perfect copy. I don't think I can get a better copy. Next up, number 5, Paul Chambers, Bass on Top. You guys have seen this in every single one of these Discogs videos, all 3 in a row. Number 5, it's highest it ever went for was $1,350. It's original mono pressing, splat out. One of my top finds of the year. Man, I would, if I had enough time to listen to music, I'd say I'd return to it all the time, but I've definitely returned to it as much as I have any other album that I've acquired this year, which, because I'm constantly getting great stuff in and because I'm constantly working, I don't have very much time to listen to albums. So when I am listening to albums, I'm listening to what I just got. So you guys get that. But Paul Chambers, Bass on Top. You're going to see it at least one more video before the end of the year, because it'll be in my no doubt top finds of 2020 video, which I'll get into you guys before the new year. Next up, Lee Morgan's The Cooker. You guys have seen that in a ton of videos. Anybody who's been following this channel for a year or more, you've seen this video, this record more times than you can no doubt count. It's original mono pressing, and it's once went for $1,511.63, which is a good, you know, $700 more than what I paid for it. So glad I got it when I got it. But Jimmy, damn, it's more than that. Never mind. It was over $1,000 more than I paid. Anyway, glad I got it when I did. I only paid $400 for this thing. Anyway, one of my favorite pieces in my collection. Not going anywhere, ever. But it's nice to know that after I'm gone, my wife can stand to get a decent amount of change for it. Next up, number 3. It's one that was the number 1 for the Median video. It's Love Supreme, John Coltrane. It's the album that got me into jazz. It's one of my favorite pieces in my collection. For so long, it was one of my main vinyl collecting obsessions was to have an original mono pressing of A Love Supreme. I mean, that was like really bugging me. Like I really just felt like I had to have an original mono pressing of A Love Supreme. And then I got one and had that clip cup in it, was bothering the shit out of me. And so I had an opportunity to get this one, sold that one to a friend who still has it, got this one. Very happy with it. Most it ever went for $1,646.34 on Discogs. I don't know if it's gone for more elsewhere. Number 2, my absolute favorite record I've ever scored at a brick and mortar record store ever, bar none. Like it's not even really that close. Sonny Clark, Cool Strut. Art Farmer, Jackie McLean. Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones, Blue Note 1588, original mono pressing. I flat out freaking love this album. There are no words for how much I love this album, how much I love having it in my collection. But I can remember Lunchbox Records in Charlotte, North Carolina, posting it as just arrived at the store, like 20 minutes before they closed one night. And I messaged them right after they closed. I said, "Hey, is it still there?" And they messaged me back, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool, I'll be there as soon as you open in the morning." So I'm standing outside the door when they open the next morning. And so, they open the door, they let me in, they go straight to the back, they grab this album, they bring it out front, and they show it to me. And he's like, "Yeah, it's $200. I'm like, "Shut up and take my money." I didn't say that, but in my mind, I'm dancing because I was fully expecting to spend at least $500 when I got there. Like I'm expecting to have to break out the credit card. You know what I mean? I wasn't wanting to, but I was expecting to have to. Like I'll never get another shot of this album in person again. I was expecting to. Like I got this thing paid off, but I'm getting ready to owe money again. But he said $200. I played it off really cool. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll take it." Literally, when I tell you guys I danced for glee all the way home, I did not look around the store. I got the copy, paid the money, went home. Shouting for glee all the way home. And my wife at the time was like, $200 for one record. But now, like I read this number to her just recently of what it had gone for and what it's going for. And she's like, "Oh my God." And another fun story is somebody messaged me, you guys that are on Discogs, if you got, no doubt every so often will get messages from fellow collectors wanting to know if you're willing to, sell some of your rare records. So somebody just recently messaged me telling me they were looking for a copy of Sonny Clark's Cool Strut and would I be willing to sell my copy. And I messaged them back because, again, this is not one I want to sell, ever. But to tell you that somebody couldn't blow me away with an offer, I don't want to lie to you guys. So I just messaged them back. I said, "This is one of my absolute favorite records in my collection. I adore it. I don't ever want to sell it. That being said, I'm open to your offer, but it needs to be a good one." They hit me back. $500. Turned them down flat. Told them if they ever want to double that, holler at the boy. But I ain't hurting for money just that bad just yet. You know what I mean? The most it ever went for on Discogs, $1,648.35. Number 1 in a landslide. Not surprised. When I acquired it, it was like 8th or 9th on this list. But it has been a lot of you guys, and it was no surprise to me. But Sonny Rollins, Saxophone Colossus, Tommy Flanagan, Doug Watkins, and Max Roach. Absolutely one of my favorite pieces of my collection. I think this also made an appearance in all 3 of these videos. It once went for $2,891.57 on Discogs. New York City labels. Guys, you can eat off of it. Y'all have to stage a robbery to get this out of my collection, and I gotta warn you guys, I'm a Southerner. I have guns. And it's nice to know that my wife and daughter will be able to get some good money off of it when I'm long gone. But these are the top 10 most valuable records in my collection according to Discogs Max Value. I hope you guys, once again, are having a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, enjoying your time, enjoying your good food and drink, enjoying your sports, enjoying your company, enjoying, most importantly, hope you're enjoying each other, your friends and your family, and those that mean the most. Until next time, until next video, which the next video that I hit you guys with will be my top 5s of 2020. Keep dropping that needle, you guys.